We're back for match 3. This hand's fine because we have a land and a cantrip and we're on the drop. GLHF. Probably Giant or Scape Shift. I guess Scape Shift if I had to make a guess here. I think for thinning purposes, we'll just crack this now. If this is Scape Shift, we want to try to keep her life at 19, but with a Shivan Reef and an island, I don't think that's going to be possible here. I think we want both these cards. Put the steam vents on top though. Yeah, it looks like Naya Nightfall or something. Yeah, or a Collected Company. Something weird. It might just be a Abzan Cocola playing Wooded Foothills because they're cheaper. Any event, they can't remove our Brawl, so. And as a general rule, this deck does pretty good against anything playing forests. Small risk we get pathed somewhere along the line way here, but I think it's worth trying to go off and get the turn 3 kill. Yeah, I think we probably got him here. I think we'll just play our Electromancer here. If you are going to play a second Electromancer, you want to do it earlier rather than later to get the cost reduction benefits. And we're going to have lots of mana here. That's actually a good draw in case he does something sneaky along the way. Okay, because we've got a plethora of red mana, we're going to make sure we get a Manamorphose in this bundle, so we can generate some extra blue mana to just up our storm count. Sweet, another turn 3 win. I guess to make these numbers meaningful, it's the right number of games played, so games played. We're not going to count that second match, so 4 right now. Okay, against some sort of Naya Birds of Paradise deck. I do like Lightning Bolts as a way to killing the turn 1 mana dork and killing whatever hate bears they might bring in against us. There's also a pretty high chance they're playing Collected Company or something like that, so we'll side out these remands. Empty the Warrens will stay in, because I don't think they've got a good way of beating Empty the Warrens. We might run into a ley line here. I think I'm comfortable cutting a Gifts. I think I like Negate better than Dispel here because it protects our creatures just as well as Dispel, and if they're casting some sort of sorcery speed hate card such as Rest in Peace, this gives us a way to just counter the random hate cards. Being in the red and white colors mean they can probably remove our Electromancer and Brawls pretty effectively, so I don't really want to cut those. I think we need all 8 of them. I wouldn't mind bringing in a Cyclonic Rift to supplant our Echoing Truth, but I think this matchup, we just want to go for speed, and I think keeping the cantrips keeps us from losing to a 1 land hand or something. I'll just run with this. Okay, this hand's sweet. We have Mana Producer, a Ritual, turn 1 cantrip, and a way to protect our Brawl. Ideally, one of these cantrips would be another land and a Gifts Ungiven, but you can't have everything. Oh, there's a Ritual. Now we just need some lands and a Gifts. Okay, we're going to bottom everything. Both these cards would be useful, but we need a second land more than anything else. Well, still need that second land. Hey, there we go. We're just going to crack this for an island right away and try to dig for 1 more land with Sleight of Hand. Manamorphose will do. We can generate just a ton of mana on the same turn right now. Okay. Ooze is good, but with only 1 green source, we can play around it pretty handily. Okay, there's good. He might have a Dismember or something, so we're going to lead on Electromancer in the off chance it dies, because Browl's a better card. So next turn, if we're not disrupted, I'll probably try to combo off. If we draw any of our 3 Gifts Ungiven, 3 Merchant Scrolls, or 2 Past in Flames being 8 cards, we can go off pretty handily. And we're going to have 3 draw steps between drawing for turn, Manamorphose, Manamorphose. 46 cards left in deck. We got 8 things that'll win on the spot. 8 out of 46 is approximately 1 in 5, 1 in 6 chance, times 3 draws. I think our odds are okay. Or to draw into an Empty the Warrens would be pretty good as well. Okay, looks like they're doing Coco for, Court of Calling for some sort of hate card, maybe an Eidolon. Gaddock Teague. Well, that's okay. We can get rid of Gaddock Teague in a lot of different ways. I think we're going to generate some blue mana first and see how far that gets us. Okay. Okay, we'll do this because we can draw into a good card off of Manamorphose. Okay, I don't think we can realistically go off this turn now. I think we just want to pass holding up all of the above. The only thing I'm thinking about is whether I want to kill one of these creatures while he's tapped out. I think the Ooze, we should get rid of the Ooze because he could get rid of our Manamorphose, which we dearly like to flash back, and it'll start to grow to put a pretty big clock on us, so I'm just going to Lightning Bolt the Ooze now. It's important to leave up the island so we have a way of okay. That's not what we wanted to see, but Lightning Bolt wouldn't have stopped it anyways. Okay, what's good about this is we can play Brawl and basically stop his ground game. We're not really winning, but we're not really losing either in overtime, I think. Our deck's pretty favored against this. I think we'll cast another Electromancer here. He really can't Wrath us because it'll wipe his own board. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do there, but we're content just to wait a couple turns. Okay, that's gonna be a clock, but we can't do anything about it anyways. Fortunately, it's quite a slow clock. I think at this point we're going to cast our Manamorphose just to draw a card here. Doesn't matter what we put down because we can't use it anyways. By the same token, we're going to Manamorphose here. This won't really affect her. Perhaps that was the wrong call. And once again, we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to have to jump block the Elemental this turn. So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to attack with everything this turn. It probably would have been better just to attack with everything. But quite frankly, we're not going to win this anyways, so... Oh. GG's. Okay, hate cards were Ooze, Eidolon, Gaddock Teague. There's no blue in here. Negate was good to deal with Court of Calling. No sign of Rest in Peace, okay. So we definitely want this Cyclonic Rift. Just happy with Lightning Bolts. I didn't see a ton of removal, so I'm just going to get rid of an Electromancer, I think. Okay. I'll ship it back. We did have some bad fortune with those draws, though. Okay, this hand looks pretty sweet, but we have to mull because there's only 17 more lands in this deck, and our odds of drawing one over next turn are pretty low. Much better hand. Yeah, we'll keep. Do I want Past in Flames? I think I do, because with Past in Flames and Empty the Warrens, if I draw a couple rituals, I'll be in good shape. Okay, so sequencing wise, that means we have to cast the island first. Bolt Ritual? I don't think we want 2 bolts, so I'm just gonna, well, I'll put the bolt second from the top, so if I really want it, I can just not fetch, but otherwise I'll just assume it's going away. Yeah, I think we're just gonna shock ourselves and throw a Brawl. Okay, I think we're gonna shoot Gaddock Teague and make as many goblins as we can, then hopefully that'll carry us to victory. It didn't look like their deck had a good way to deal with goblins. They can't really play sweepers with their configuration. And we still have a Past in Flames in the graveyard to do some stuff later. This also puts them on a pretty fast clock. If they cast an Eidolon of Rhetoric, for example, this turn we'll just attack them and have a pretty good chance of winning, I think. That's fine. Oh, perfect. Attack with all our goblins. I think we're just gonna get a Rift here so we can bounce a blocker and just try to win next turn. I don't think we really care about gifts. I didn't see anything instant speed we really cared about. Echoing Truth might be better than Rift because we're not really close to Overload, and Truth could bounce 2 voices at once. Oh, interesting. What are we will cast? For 5 mana, an Archangel? No, 4. I guess you get like a Huntsmaster or something? I'm not really sure what he can get that would make multiple blockers. Because we have a total of 10 attackers, so he needs 2 blockers to live to get through. This last mana could produce a removal spell. Kitchen Finks would also do the trick, because he'd gain some life. Oh look, it's a Huntmaster. Okay, fair enough. The only question is whether we bounce during his turn. I don't think I really want him to recast Huntmaster though. Let's see what we draw. Oh, perfect. So, if we don't cast something, that's going to flip, and that puts us in bad shape. So I think we probably just want to kill the Elemental and attack with all the goblins. Just put him down to 4. It makes sense to fetch there because it won't really affect the clock against him. He'll probably cast Coco this turn. Well, he might not even have Coco given the Resto Angel and the Hunt Master. He might be more of a toolbox deck using Eldritch Evolution. Yeah, that's fine. We can still cast this next turn. We can't even bounce it with our Cyclonic Rift, so... He could cast Kitchen Sphinx here. Oh. Wonder what he's going to cast with that. So it'll be up to 6 mana. Some sort of Titan, like a Sun Titan, to get back a voice. I don't know if that'll even get... We'll have to see. An Inferno Titan would be the best card to get here, I think. Because it'd kill a bunch of our goblins. But I think he'd kill 3 goblins. We'd have 4 left. We bounce something. Attack with 4. 1 blocker. Yeah. It's really hard to tell what he can get for this. I'm not really familiar with the style of deck. A new Hunt Master would be good, but we'd still win, I think. Because he'd go up to 5 life. He'd have 3 blockers. We bounce 1 blocker, attack with 7. Let's see. Yeah, 2 life. And a wolf. A Grave Titan might put us out a bit. Oh no, a Grave Titan would be fine. If he had 7 mana, I'd be worried about an Elish Norn nuking our goblins, but he can't do that right now. Thragtusk. 5 life, 8. That's a good draw. I think we can still kill him over 2 turns. I don't think we bounce Thragtusk. I think we're just going to attack here. Put him down to 3, and we'll have 5 goblins left. We could also just draw another lightning bolt, but we'll see what he does. The worst thing that could happen would be a Resto Angel blinking Thragtusk. But we'd have to respond by Cyclonic Rifting the Thragtusk. He'd have 3 blockers that would still be lethal. Ooh, what's he gonna get back? Path? Voice? I think he just wants to have 4 blockers. Yeah, he's gonna get a voice. Wait, that's not gonna be enough, because he'll have to shock himself going to 2. 4 blockers. 6. Oh, we're still 1 off overload. Okay, if we bounce 1 creature, attack with 5, he's taking lethal unless he removes a creature with a bolt. If that takes so let's just think about our odds here. He's got 3 cards left. One of them's Gaddock Teeg. He didn't Path or Baral for a couple turns. I think I'm okay bouncing the wolf, because then next turn if we draw another land or a ritual or something, we can just cast Past in Flames and go off. We're 1 mana off that this turn. Okay, let's see. Because for 2 mana, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot he can do. Except for a 1 mana removal spell. Because if he has to sack to path something, it'll be lethal damage again. Oh, good game. That was an interesting match.